Okay, we have some conflicted sports writers here. This is an interesting game. I don't think it's an easy call. Doug Lesmerises, Tim Bielik, Bill Landis. We're going to start with Tim Bielik because I think he's the least conflicted of the three of us. Who do you have, Oklahoma, Ohio State?
I say, well, you said least conflicted. I am because I know this is going to be close either way. The spread's 7.5. It's going to be a one-possession game, I think, either way. I got Ohio State 38, Oklahoma 35. And when I look at it, I look at obviously what Oklahoma's going to do. I expect Baker Mayfield to have a much better game than he did a year ago. But I also look at this matchup. Oklahoma doesn't have a true established running back threat. They rotate between four guys against UTEP. And at least in Ohio State's case, they can throw a little bit. We know they're going to run, and we know they're going to run well with some combination of Mike Weber, J.K. Dobbins, J.T. Barrett. I think when you have that balance, you can do a lot more offensively to throw guys off. I think Ohio State at some point will do something pass defensively to really control things for even a few minutes, and that might be enough to get them to win. I'm saying, again, just by a field goal.
So, Landis, I'll save you for the end because you're ready?
I mean, I'm not ready, but I know what I'm going to pick.
All right, I'll save me for the end then. What you got?
I have Ohio State 35-28. So it's cover for Oklahoma, spread 7.5. But, I mean, I don't know. Here's what I think. I think that both of these teams are unbalanced offensively. I still have questions about Ohio State's ability to throw the ball, and I have questions about Oklahoma's ability to run the ball. And I don't think in the end, if you're a one-dimensional offense, that you can beat Ohio State's defense. I think you might be able to get some stuff going in the throw game early, but they'll adjust like they adjusted against Indiana and eventually stop you from scoring. And we've seen countless times over Urban Meyer's time here, if all Ohio State does is run the ball, they can win. And I think they can do that against Oklahoma's defense. I think it's a little better than Indiana's. I have questions of if they have the athletes as a whole on that side of the ball to stay with Ohio State for 4 quarters, and I don't think they do. So that's kind of the tipping point for me is just the talent. So I'm picking Ohio State by a touchdown.
I'm picking Oklahoma. I said in the outrageous predictions Baker Mayfield would throw for 400 yards. I'm picking Oklahoma 33-31. That's 4 field goals and 3 touchdowns. I think Oklahoma's going to move the ball and then stall in the red zone because Ohio State is good in the red zone. Having rewatched the Indiana game, I don't have a lot of confidence yet in Kendall Sheffield and Damon Arnett in the Ohio State secondary. I think Oklahoma can win without running it. I think they are the best team on the schedule to negate Ohio State's best thing, which is Ohio State's defensive line. If you give Baker Mayfield a little time and then he makes big plays, I think we're going to see multiple times Nick Bosa, Tyquan Lewis, Sam Hubbard, guys getting in on Baker Mayfield, looking like they're going to get a sack, and he spins away and turns what would have been a sack for most quarterbacks into a 30-yard gain for Oklahoma. And if that happens 2 or 3 times, that's how you win tight games like this. I don't have confidence in the Ohio State passing game yet. I don't think Oklahoma's defense is great, but I don't think it has to be great. I'm not 100% convinced that Mike Weber is going to be 100% healthy and really a big part of the run game. I think that's up in the air. I think it's close. Ohio State loses games like this at home fairly frequently. They don't have a home field advantage in these big games. Good teams come into Ohio Stadium and win. So that's not going to be anything. They won on the road last year. I think Oklahoma can win on the road this year. And then I think Ohio State can go on and have a great season. I think Ohio State's going to make the playoff, and I think they're going to make the playoff with 1 loss, and this is the loss. And I'm conflicted. Bill, optimistic Tim, who is also a little conflicted. We're very put on your conflicted face. That's how we feel. It's hard. I think Baker Mayfield is exceptional, and I think Baker Mayfield's going to come out of Ohio Stadium as the leading Heisman candidate. Doug, Tim, Bill, thanks for watching. We'll see you Saturday night.